one. Go for it.
Hello? Okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining us for episode 12 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the Tohr-Kreen fighter. We had such a crazy episode last week, so I can't wait to get into the game, but we do have a few quick announcements before we get started. The first one's very exciting. After some technical difficulties, we've officially rescheduled our special guest for next week. So August 17th, special guest Lou Wilson from Dimension 20 will be joining us on Firma Regna, and that episode is going to be so much fun. So please don't miss it. Make sure, if you like the show, if you want to see that episode with Lou, that you have subscribed to the channel. Subscribers, please remember to resubscribe. Subscribers, resubscribers, patrons, thank you. You're the very best. We want to make sure that you have access to our Discord. So if you do not, tweet at us, message us on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll make sure that you have access, because we talk D&D, we talk about the episodes. There's some special bonus content in there. So please reach out and we'll get that set up for you. But remember, the most important thing that you can do is tell your friends about the show. Share us online, especially for next week's special episode, because we want to make sure we have a great audience for Lou, and we're the best. So tell some friends. Join us on Monday. We got a great sold for you.
Totally. I'm Andrew Ovredahl. I play the human bard Flute Whimteaser. Maybe?
For now.
I just wanted to mention we do have a Patreon, as Rachel just said. There's all different tiers with cool bonus stuff. We do Q&As, and we even have like a monthly D&D game for like the craziest Patreon backers. So check that out if you're interested. Patreon.com/betterthanheroes.
But you got to be crazy. You got to be the craziest.
You got to be the craziest. You got to be so well off. You have to be doing great.
Yes.
Show the world you're doing great by backing us at the craziest level on Patreon.
It will be a D&D game of only the elite, most disconnected people in the world, and we would love them for it. Hey, my name's Jordan. I play the Moonboy, a now level 5 Moonboy.
Yeah,
we did. And hopefully that helps. I'm gonna shout out Big Top Studios, Big Top Productions, producing, studying big things just like us here under the Big Top. Check them out. Thank you to Big Top.
Jeffy.
All right. My name's Aaron Urist. I play K.A.I. Hammerstein, the Artificer, and we're about to get into it. We're going to watch our recap from last week's episode 11, which was insane. So we're going to watch the recap, and then we're going to watch our fantastic intro video courtesy of Tiger Moon Productions, and then we're going to play Dungeons. Butt dragons.
Is that? No, you screwed up the one thing. The easiest thing.
Yep. We'll see on the other side.
The biggest part.
Dungeons with dragons.
See you soon.
No,
Nice.
Aaron, you've done that more than any of us.
Right. Dungeons and Dragons. That's the one. That's the one we'll play. Let's do it.
All right. Yep, do it.
Last time on Better Than Heroes, as the Dinger exited terminal speed above the port city of Firma Regna, 2 ships flanked her in battle formation. Flute identified the ship's flags as belonging to a group called the Widowers. One craft was helmed by a catman, and the other by a humanoid hippopotamus with a gun. The Dinger turned to stand her ground and fight, quickly disabling the guns on both attacking ships, but not before the attackers ensnared the Dinger with nets and harpoons. Moonboy knocked the Catman and some of his crew overboard with a powerful gust of wind. Flute turned invisible and boarded one of the enemy ships with Klik as the remaining enemies boarded the Dinger in kind.
What the hell is he doing? Just losing his mind all over again.
In a wild maneuver, Flute dropped the anchor on the frontmost ship, causing it to crash into the other.
I stole this move from Master and Commander. Sorry.
The resulting devastation destroyed both attackers, but knocked Klik and Flute out completely and tore off the Dinger's main mast. With some timely healing, Klik was able to regain consciousness and leap with Flute's seemingly lifeless body back aboard the Dinger in the nick of time.
You need 5 feet of jump.
Oh my god, I rolled a 3, so I add an extra 7 feet to my jump.
Oh,
You saved us with your psionic jump.
I'm so excited I got to use that. I was like, when is this ever going to be relevant? Okay,
Yeah, right.
sometimes
honestly-
you're carrying a passed out idiot and you have to jump.
Is Flute dead? What the heck? What is happening? Who was this hostile hippo? Find out next time on Better Than Heroes.
Is Flute dead?
42.
See, I mean, you have to have 21 hit points, which I think you have more than.
I'm 21.
Yep. So wait, you have 21 is your max HP?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I straight up don't know if it's
my
meets
God.
it or if it's one past. I'm gonna look it up right now. It's literally a
No,
one.
but it's negative double your max HP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I
you're
mean,
fine.
I'd have to take negative 42.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you're okay. You're not dead.
He would have to hit 0 and then take 42 damage.
That's the way I read it in the
Yeah,
player's
no.
manual. I have played with people that play it the other way, though, where if you hit the negative in one hit for your max, you are permanent
know.
dead.
You would have to be at 0 and then take 42 damage then. So I don't care if that's wrong. I don't care. This is how I'm ruling it. So yeah, I mean, you are not perma dead right now in this moment.
hello. So the last scene we see with our party is these, kind of from zooming out, these two ships have just eaten each other in midair, flying to bits, and you see Klik holding Flute's body, pulse with her psionic energy pulsing from behind her. It pushes her all the way back onto the dinger, onto your friendly ship. And as you come down, you feel this moment of elation as you're like, we did it. And you immediately see that Flute's body is still limp in your hands, but he's gone unconscious before. There's a level of that that's like, yeah, okay, sure. And you kind of like do a little shake, do a little check, and you realize, oh no, he is in some sort of like in-between state that it is alarming how limp he is. You can't feel breath. You're uncertain about his status at all. And that kind of like moment in this realization, there's just a freeze cinematically. There's like things slow down for a second. And so we have decided that Flute is going to, unaltered by the rest of the party's influence, is going to let the dice decide. He's going to finish out his death saving throws until he has either 3 successes or 3 failures. Right now, he has 1 success. We are continuing that. So and just a quick reminder, if you get a 10 or above, it is a success. If you get a 9 or below, it is a failure. The first one to 3 is the outcome. If he gets 3 failures, he dies. If he gets 3 successes, he is stable. If he rolls a natural 20, he is automatically conscious with 1 hit point. If he rolls a natural 1, it is 2 automatic failures. So,
oh my god.
Andrew's consented to this. We have talked about this as the best way to kind of like narratively handle this. So,
Yeah, we're going to let the dice.
We also talked about how this was the best way to warm up the dice. Andrew wanted to put it in the microwave. He talked about
it's actually pretty warm now.
burying
I've been nervously giving it the old worry. I've given it the old rosin bag over here, like I'm about to throw a pitch. All right.
all right. So
I don't know what that is.
if we could have Flute, if you could roll your second death saving throw. You have 1
right.
success.
Now I don't. Now I'm nervous.
Me too.
All right, dice. That's a fail. That was a 5.
All right. So you have 1 success and 1 failure. You feel like kind of as you can almost hear in another place just the worried voices of your friends as they're trying to revive you, and you kind of like feel yourself slip away, and you all see his wounds kind of get a little bit worse.
Just watching?
Yeah, it's more of like I'm just doing it.
makes that wound
like,
sound.
You can't quite.
I'm definitely
point.
I'm definitely trying to help him.
Yeah,
I understand that narratively.
I think that this happened narratively. This probably happens in like a split second, but is like a longer.
You remember?
That's a success.
Yeah,
that was a 16.
Come on.
So now,
come on, Flute.
If you roll this d20 right now and you roll a 10 or above, Flute is still alive. Flute is still in the campaign. Flute is successfully not dead. If you roll a 1 right now, you are dead.
Yes.
For real. So
in real life.
No, Black Leaf. No,
Andrew, you got a red dot on your head, man.
Harlan, what did you set up? When you're out of the show, you're out of the show. All right.
Would you like to play a game?
Guys, look how stressed my vein is.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Please roll a d20.
That was a fail. That was a fail.
All right.
Oh my god.
So now,
2 5s. What?
What are you doing, man? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember in the movie Snatch when Brad Pitt gets knocked out and he hits the ground and it's like he goes into water? That's where I imagine Flute is right now. I think of everything in Snatch terms.
Man.
yeah, varying degrees of Brad Pitt. I understand.
Yeah.
So now, Andrew, when you roll this d20,
Yes.
if you roll a 10 or above, you're alive. If you roll under a 10, Flute is dead.
Yep.
Oh my
So-
god!
Guys.
I'm like shaking right now. Let's do this.
Guys, my cat's licking her butthole right now. What is happening?
It's for good luck.
Even she's nervous. Okay. Come on, dice. Get hot. Get hot. All right. I don't think in my whole D&D career I've ever had to make a stage 3 death saving throw. 19. I'm
dizzy.
Oh my god, dude.
All right, that's our show. Thank you for that. Have a good night. Thanks for talking.
I'm like, I literally think I had like a weird blood pressure spike. I'm like lightheaded from it.
I feel like I just went to the chiropractor.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, but I'm still unconscious, right? I'm still.
Yeah.
But you just feel your voices, the voices of your friends, pull you back a little bit. You hear Moonboy's voice yell out for you, and it just jars you a little bit.
Whimteaser, remember what would the Windrider do?
Wait, are you?
That's a good question.
You're in wig.
But is he?
I think his
was-
wig was knocked off.
No, I think canonically we said he still is wearing it. It was just a little askew. Because
Okay,
I remember
then,
Kai was
and-
like,
It's
"What? How
askew,
sticky
though.
is that wig?"
Well,
And
Wait a minute, it's askew?
just to be
it's
just
like
to,
a
just
little
to
like
be
crooked.
just to be dramatic, let's can you roll a Constitution saving throw
For your wig?
for the wig?
No.
Tonight, even the wigs make death saving.
That's like my worst stat,
critical
too.
fail.
You have a low
This is
wig
a
stat?
quality performance wig. I got a 17.
Say it again.
17 on my
17.
wig saving Constitution saving throw.
That wig is on there. It's
Okay.
on there. Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna retcon the Moonboy is going, instead of saying "Come on, Flute, Whimteaser," he's saying "Come on, Windrider."
So now, players that are not Flute, if you have something that you would like to do to affect his current state, you now
Oh,
can do it. So we
yeah.
snap back into.
Kai is doing like he's like defibrillating him. He's doing medicine.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, all of you are kind of like crowded around Klik and
Yeah.
Flute at this point. Like Goat, the Goliath bosun of the ship, is out there. Relic has unstrapped himself from the ballista, and the whole crew, even Cobble, has like wandered up from below
So,
deck.
Moonboy, through his tears and rage, flashes with the sigil of the chalice constellation, and he
Tears of
heals
rage.
the Windrider for 14 points.
Okay, great. You just you come back to life.
Click
Who is
Click
who's
is
right above
definitely
me?
through-
Kai?
Kai and
Yes.
Moonboy are
He
right there.
says,
Click is holding you.
I've dragged men back from the etheric plane before, and I'll do it again.
I kind of like convulse and cough up a generous amount of blood on both of them.
Click is definitely like, that was the stupidest idea. Why did you let me do that? I shouldn't have helped you.
That was
And then she hugs him when he coughs up blood with forearms. Cool.
I just sort of look around, kind of perplexed, and kind of like the lights are too bright. Come back from the dead.
little windshield wiper wipes the blood off of my monocle.
Yeah, in fact, as he kind of like wipes the like blood and a bit of gore off of his face, you see that like kind of right here on his face is a bit like crushed and bruised and swollen, and he just has a bunch of, even with that healing, he has a bunch of gashes kind of like on bits of his face and throughout his body, as it seems like the wounds he took are severe and will take some time to heal.
Ugh.
Okay,
Well?
we need to get him down below deck. Sorry, we need to get him down below deck.
Oh, you did it again.
Oh, dang it! What's going on here? We need to get him below deck. Somebody where's Flute? Get Flute to sing him a song of rest.
I'll carry him downstairs to the. Do we have like a doctory area or just to his
Bone?
The doctory area.
Yes,
you know,
it's the
you know what I mean?
it's the kitchen.
Yeah,
kitchen.
I imagine.
I don't know what you call it.
Just lay him down on the
on the
table.
table.
I
Yeah,
imagine that's
right.
literally what we have. We don't have an infirmary. We have a doctory area.
area.
Yeah.
This is designated for either eating or scooping guts
Or
out.
surgery,
Right.
yeah.
I am the doctor and I am the cook and I have one workspace.
All right. I'll carry
I
him
love it.
downstairs and lay him across our breakfast table.
Don't let him die, Kai. He's the Windrider.
Yes, Relic is kind of like shaking his head, like looking jarred, but also looking kind of judgmental of Moonboy. Goat is just like looking, like kind of like hovering, looking for something to do, but knows that she should just be out of the way. And Cobble, once she sees that Flute is okay, kind of it's just like, oh, goes off. to below deck, and you hear, as you all are headed down, you hear Goliath's voice come over the walkie-talkie and say, "What? Dang, handle those ships. Good work over there. I'm not feeling too great though. We gotta get to Firmarigna fast. Is everybody okay?"
Everyone is accounted for, Captain.
Right. As I go down the stairs, I'm just going to adjust his wig so it's on correctly and firmly. Just
great. Yeah, just a little courtesy wig adjust.
Yeah, I'll chime in on the walkie-talkie. It's the Windrider, boss. I'm sorry. I know you don't agree with his methods, but we've had to bring him on board. He was hurt really badly.
Well, you you look out for him then, okay, Moonboy?
I will.
All right, great. So your captain, the dwarf captain Goliathan, is kind of giving you all the nod that he's just full steam ahead toward the city that is on the planet that you were on. The planet is called Chandos, and the city is called Firmarigna. And Case, if you could throw that art for Firmarigna up, we had some very wonderful art done for.
Ooh.
I want to see it.
Yeah, it's good. So it will come up here in a second, and I will show it to you too, players, if you want to see it. I
haven't seen it yet. This is the first time seeing of it.
Done by the wonderful Joshua Smith, who is.
Oh, he's great. Whoa, cool.
Yeah. So
where do you see?
If you look at Roll20, you should be able to see it in Roll20.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
very cool.
I threw a link to Joshua's Instagram.
Oh, this is awesome.
In the chat, if you all want to check out his stuff. But yeah, this is kind of what Firmarigna itself looks like from a far distance. And even as the ship, you kind of are. Yeah. Whoa. So this is what you all are approaching.
Crazy.
So you find yourself like the ship is about, it's going to take less than an hour, but it's still a little distance away from it. Is this huge, just kind of standstill thing? And what are you all doing now that you all are in the kitchen? This kind of like first quiet moment you've had in a bit after being jumped here, and everyone seems to be okay, but you all can do anything you like amongst.
I'm resting and I'm holding the crushed part of my face.
K.A.I is angrily tending to Flute's wounds.
I am off resting also because I took some serious damage from that last fight as well.
How many days have passed?
Since when?
Since we rescued Windrider.
Oh,
it's been like 5 minutes.
Now, right?
Been like 5 minutes, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant this is what we were approaching days later.
Are you all right?
No. Yeah.
No, we were coming in to Firmarigna when the attack happened, and now we're like almost there.
Yeah, it's going to take you less than an hour to actually physically dock. But
okay, yeah, I'm just hanging out with them, suggesting things that that Windrider could use to replace his eye if he loses it.
Cool.
An olive, a cork, a stone, a small turtle.
We should be able to save the eye.
Actually, do a medicine check for me, if you could.
All right.
See.
This is going to be a tricky lie if you lose your eye. Windrider also
for the people,
lost his
I'll take
eye.
it out. Yeah.
We've established ahead of time that K.A.I can use his intelligence for medicine checks.
We did.
14.
14. Okay, cool. It seems that this part of his face has been, like, he kind of broke his eye socket a little bit here. So, and you know that you could heal that, but recreating someone's actual eye in the way that it seems to have been, when you kind of like get in there, it's not just swollen shut, the eye has collapsed. And so you know that you will not be able to use magic to heal his eye. So.
I cannot guarantee that you will regain the use of your eye. Only time will tell.
A grape. an egg, a ping pong ball.
An egg.
Yeah, Goat is hanging out in the background, and she's just like, "Wait, he's gonna be okay, right? Like he's still himself.
He's
okay?
going to live. Whether he is himself, I suppose only he can say.
He's the Windrider. He's lost 1,000 eyes. Goat, don't worry about it.
Okay, buddy." And she like pats you on the back, which is just her hand is almost the size of your body. And she's like, "Good. This is too much. This is too much." And she kind of like starts to spin out a little bit. And she's like, "You almost died. Like, who were those guys? This is not what I signed up for."
It's okay. It's okay. It's pirate stuff. Stuff.
But we're not pirates.
But they are, and we took care of it. It's fine.
Were they? Were they pirates?
Yeah, do
Who
we know anything
knows?
about them? They were dressed in military garb. I know that's kind of the gift thing.
Flute said that they were from a group called the Widowers, but I do not know who
that's
that
right.
is.
Is
Do we
Flute
know-
awake?
Did I say that to everybody else?
I actually was gonna say, I don't
believe
think-
I only said that to myself.
Yeah,
When
I
I
don't
saw the
think we
flag.
know.
Andrew Ovredahl said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Flute,
Flute.
Flute's
If anything,
nose
Flute
starts to
would
bleed.
is conspicuously quiet while you're all discussing who those people.
Sure.
Yeah, you.
As I'm kind of just like lying there, like resting.
I think Klik and K.A.I can both do history checks. They're a little bit difficult, but you can do them. And while you're doing that, I just want to let you know that chat is advocating to put Janice in your eye. So I just want you to know. I just want you to know.
Chat,
Oh.
my eternal enemy. Chat.
wait. Just like a scoop of
Yeah,
Janice?
you're just gonna tell her to stop eating after when she's done with my eye.
I mean, if you could, that would be a pretty cool familiar.
yeah.
My living eye.
Oh my god. Okay, we put her
Yeah, I
in
wonder
a
if
little
Janice
marble. We
learns
pop
about
the
a person if
marble
she
in
just
your
eats
eye.
part of them.
She doesn't have to eat anything. You just put her in like a little marble, and you just
Yeah, you guys are
Li-
friends,
little
right?
goopy gal.
Oh, so I
live
have
in
Janice in my eye?
there. in your
No.
eye.
Gross.
I rolled a 14.
Okay,
History 24.
Whoa.
Okay, cool. So, Klik, you've never.
No.
Sorry, I didn't roll that high to save your eye.
Can't do anything about the eye, but here's a fact from the past.
Yeah.
I think it was to know if you could see
Yes.
my eye.
Whatever about the eye. Jeopardy is on. What is the Widowers? Got it.
So, you know that. You recognize this symbol as a criminal organization, or they're like known for being at least pirate-esque. People
Called
who
it.
are intimidating, who have a network throughout different planets around the path that you were on, and are kind of like guerrilla warfare style pirates in the sense that they are a little hard to track down, but they just seem to be around and everywhere. And yeah,
We weren't
that's-
able to salvage any. We pretty much kind
Everything
of
fell. Yeah.
Independence Day'd them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to go kind of investigate it later, you could, but right now there's nothing
Yeah.
like that came.
Right.
They didn't like stop and freeze and then
Sure,
not go
sure.
anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, Kai,
But
you
we
know
need
that.
some. All right, I will. They were pirates,
Yes.
dangerous ones.
I
As if
bet
there was
not
another kind.
not more dangerous than us, right?
Well, there's
Cer-
space is a dangerous place. There's nothing we can do about dangerous people other than do our best to survive, which is what we did.
Plus, Goat, you have like 2 feet on every one of the people on that boat. Maybe not the hippo guy, but you could take them.
When you say that to her, she kind of like leans down over you, and you are kind of Moonboy is about at her knees, and she looks down and goes, "I don't fight."
Yes, Goat doesn't need to take anyone.
I will take Goat's arm and just sort of like shush, and away upstairs and to survey damage, see what we can do to get ready to land.
Just say, she's got a good frame. She could probably take somebody's head off.
When you kind of get her rolling on, she feels comfort by you just patting her, and when you get her rolling on thinking about what needs to be done to the ship, she's like, oh yeah, God, oh yeah, like she goes into like work mode almost. It's just like, yeah, I gotta, oh shit, this mast came down, oh boy, it's gonna take some time and money. Oh.
Once I get her rolling on that, I am gonna head downstairs and see if I can seek out some sort of healing spell from someone. So
Sure.
A question: when I level
Yes.
up, where does my HP live? Am I still at 9?
Yeah. You are, and
I'm also hurt
Yeah.
then.
yeah, until you take a long rest, you do not automatically fill up because.
Well, I am not well.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
You could short rest and you could cash in hit dice.
I have 2 level 1 spells and 1 level 2 remaining, and technically because we've leveled up, I have 2 level 3 spells, so I can cast Healing Word up to, or Cure Wounds up to any of that. And with the Chalice, I can do additional healing.
I'll use my last remaining spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on Klik.
Cool. All right.
Thank
So if you want to roll for that and then tell her how much healing she gets.
Yeah,
you
give me just a
absolutely can.
second here.
Yeah.
I do want to.
So yeah, there's this moment kind of when you come back down and where you all are now alone again. Moonboy wasn't really hired to do this, but as part of the crew of the people who were hired to be security a little bit for the ship, to be the team that heads off and handles the dangerous things. And you had the moment where you are like licking your wounds is the wrong term. It's more of like just knowing glances as you kind of heal each other up and have collectively experienced this moment of like, whoa, we did a big thing. Because bringing down a Spelljammer is a big deal. It is, you have wrecked 2 ships that are businesses in themselves almost.
Yeah.
So
10 points of healing from me to you.
Thank you. That's
22 from the Moonboy.
Oy. Nice.
Do you need more? I can do more.
Give,
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give K.A.I.
You doing that because of
16
your eye, or is that
HP.
math?
Oh, that was actually
I've given K.A.I. some healing word.
You
for
can have
15
4
HP.
again. 4 again, Klik. I miscalculated. You have 4 more than
Well,
I
I
said.
am fully healed. I mostly didn't want
Okay,
to
never
go
mind.
into a new town at 9.
Never mind that.
Okay.
All right.
New Town at 9. Isn't that a John Cougar Mellencamp song?
Yeah, John Cougar Mellencamp's D&D themed album.
speaking of breaking eye sockets, am I right?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Hey.
About a wizard and a warlock.
It was the name of the Catman we just killed.
How big is a pentacle?
Um,
I know that sounds out of context.
Don't
but there's a
know.
reason.
It's a
wait,
shape.
what was the question?
A pentacle.
A pentacle
How
is
big
a shape. It's a
It's a
star.
shape.
It's a star in a circle.
Well, we did the little junk chart at the beginning, and I have a pentacle. How big is it?
It is about the size
yes.
of like a small plate. It could be
Much
worn around
too
the
big
neck.
for a cool eye patch.
Well, depends on how cool you want it to be.
What is that? A belt? It's a belt?
I have definitely already dressed.
I know.
Dressed.
My head wound?
Yes,
Great.
the eye wound. It's covered.
Cool.
I
I'll
wanted
get
to
to
give
work
you
on an eye patch.
cool bronze. It has a rat on it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like
Oh
a
yeah,
rat
that's right.
bronze.
I've been
This
I've been
is
working on that on that belt buckle that was going to take some time. Is that finished?
Yeah, between you've had enough downtime with traveling from the Gravis Layer's lair that you will have been able to finish it. Yes,
Flesh nest.
Flesh Nest. That is correct.
All right.
Yeah, so if you want to do anything specific with that, or you absolutely can.
All right. I'm going to hang on to it for now.
Okay, cool. Great. Well, let's see then. You all hear Goliath come over the intercom, the walkie-talkie system, and in all of your ears, he goes, "All right, we're docking up now," and you all feel that the momentum just shifts. This small waver of the ship as the forward momentum switches is coasting down, and if you all come out on the deck here, you see this cascading city a bit that is on this gigantic mantis-legged platform. It's about a mile up in the air, and you can see as you peek over the edges, there's different rings that are separated by walls, as the city is circular and seems to have different sections as you go inside of the city. They're on the outer rim of these walls that get higher as they are rings in the middle, and then as they go toward the middle, they get higher and higher. And in the very center, you see large buildings that have a helix shape up to the air that you can see is the city built up from there a little bit. Buildings in the middle look very ornate compared to what the other things you see around. Just as you are coming in, you see in the closest ring, there's a lot of water, and it's more like agricultural and built out. The second ring in is very overgrown. There's trees poking up. There's just greenery everywhere. It looks almost like a rainforest. In another ring in, you see more buildings of different sorts. It's very clear this is a built-up area. And then in the middle, you have these kind of like towers. And the ship is coming down to land on a platform that is built on this far edge ring of the wall. And you can see as you're coming down that the only platforms seem to be on this exterior wall, and the walls don't just function as separate, dividers, but are pathways where people are walking, where most of the land is down below, but there are bridges that go from wall to wall.
Cool.
Throughout, and so that seems to be like the roads of sort are up top and then go down. You can see cranes pulling goods and stuff from where the Spelljammers land down into the city. And this is for Marina.
Okay.
Wow.
I see it, man.
I
think
I go to work to help go make sure everything's good for landing, throwing stuff around, and help with ties and all that.
Cool, yeah. She's very worriedly, she's doing too many tasks at once where she's trying to, help prep for landing, but also, looking at things that are damaged, and so when you come up to help her, she's quite relieved. And you all are kind of coming down on this, open landing pad that's somewhere between the construction of, a dock and a helicopter pad, something in between.
Yeah. The Moonboy would like to jump off of the ship as soon as he can, kind of onto the dock. He's going to kind of do that thing where he grabs a rope and kind of moors it in.
Yeah. So as you come down, you are peeking over the edge and waiting for it. And
cool. He's pointing at things. He's like, look at that! Look at that weird guy in his weird hat! Look at that weird dog! Whoa!
Actually, go ahead and do a perception check for me then.
Absolutely.
And you hear Goat's worried voice as she's distracted. She's like, "Wait, Goliath, we're landing on solid ground. This is a caravel," which your ship cannot land on just solid ground. But as it hits this platform, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been here before. Don't worry about it." And the ship kind of sinks into the ground and seems to just it's made of some sort of soft material that holds as it sinks down into it.
Ah, like a flesh nest.
Oh, no.
It's funny that you say that because you see
What is that?
when the ship lands, you see a ripple around the edge of this platform, and this almost fleshy material seems to like work its way up on each side of the circular platform, and it starts as being translucent and like earthy toned, and then as it grows up, it becomes more and more opaque, and then once the ship is fully landed, it comes up and closes together like an eyelid.
Whoa.
And
Jordan's face for that entire description.
Yeah.
So good.
I've
I only wish
definitely
they could do a slow push in on his face.
I've definitely already jumped off the ship.
yeah, and when you jump off, when you hit the
I rolled
ground.
a 13 perception, by the way.
Great. So when you jump off the ship and you land on the ground, you kind of expect it to be a bit of a oomph, and it kind of just like the ground is very soft, like an exaggerated version of those things that the ground on playgrounds, how it like looks solid.
Sure,
it gets
yeah.
wet. It's even more of that. And with that, you see this large figure, a little bit like shorter than Goat, but like built out, just running toward you all. And the creature that you see is a humanoid, arms and legs. This is running toward you, and it seems to be covered in moss. It's just sprinting toward you all.
Moonboy points. He hits the ground, and are his feet okay? He's like, cake. I've landed. What?
Yeah, you don't seem to sink in. It's more of just like absorbing around you.
Okay.
So once you try and walk, it firms up around you.
And then I see this moss person, and I point, and he shouts, "Point!" Point!
And you all see this large humanoid moss-covered being. It's like stocky, just like sprinting toward you all. And he goes, "Hi, fella!" And he looks at you. He goes, "I don't know who you are." But when he comes up to you, he like shakes this like silky like strands off of the front, and you can see a face right there. And he goes, "Welcome to Firma Regna. I can't believe Goliath's back. Oh my god, I haven't seen that guy in forever."
Yeah.
He's like, "Are you his kid? I don't even know."
Me neither, really. No, I'm the Moonboy. Hello.
Well, that's fun. He's like, "My name's Swan."
I put my hand out to shake his hand.
He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Is it okay if I pick you up? I'd like to give you a hug."
I don't like to be picked up, but we can hug on the ground.
Okay, and he kind of like leans down. He's like, "Oh man, he's a friend of Goliath's a friend of mine. Holy hell!"
It's tickly. Your whole mossy thing is tickly.
Yeah, it's silky and cold in a way that's like refreshing, but not off-putting. It's not clammy. It's just like water.
I whisper that to him as we hug. It's cold, but not in an off-putting way. It's refreshing.
I made a moss. He goes, that'll do it.
I'll call the boss. And Goliathan, this is the Starman coming through.
Okay.
I've got a friend of yours down here. He goes by... What was it again?
It's Swan.
Swan, like the bird.
Tell him his ship is real broken.
He says the ship is real broken.
Damn it, Swan. God, thank goodness he's here, though. Holy shit, I'm glad I remembered the pad. And I just want to shout out real quick that if you all want to open Roll20, I will show you the other art that Joshua Smith made that is truly amazing. I'm so happy about it. It is a map of the city itself.
He's a map master.
He is a map master. I highly recommend checking out his Instagram, and he has stuff available on Roll20 as well, because he is
It's every map a story.
Yeah, I will throw it in chat again, but sorry, I want to make sure you all can see it, because right now chat can see it on screen, and it is just
Wow.
Very, very cool.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Whoa. I'm only getting
Yeah.
part of it. I had to zoom in. Wow.
And if you zoom in, it's very detailed. This is from Aregna.
This is incredible.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's amazing.
yeah, I'm very, very excited about
Look at
having
all
this
these,
map.
all these roads and stuff.
Right?
That's incredible.
Joshua did an amazing job. Shout out to Big Top for allowing us to be able to even have art made for.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like
Big
buildings and stuff.
Wow, this is
Is
so
it
sweet, you guys.
Like a crazy critter?
It's
Yeah.
a big walking thing. That was the last
Yeah. I know, but
Yeah.
I'm looking at like does it have like a head? It looks like it's got like a crocodile head on.
And where are
that's
we?
its
Where
leg.
did we dock? Can you?
Oh,
ping
Yeah,
the
can you
third
ping
level.
us?
Yes, I can. You docked on this bridge right here.
Oh
It's
wow.
kind of on the edge
Far
here.
out.
Ah,
So
there you are. Okay.
yeah, we're
By
gonna.
the butt.
Our wonderful producer put the Instagram of Josh on screen and his name, Joshua. And in a second, we're going to kind of zoom into this area so that everyone watching can see it a bit better in the amazing detail that is there.
Sweet.
But for you all, it is kind of right there in this back section, which you all came from this. If this map is north, south, east, west, you all came from the western direction. So Goliath has intentionally wrapped you all kind of like around the side of this. Did not go to the closest landing pad, but went to this back section over here.
Mhm.
Do I see any sign of the ship that was pursuing us?
That is a good question. We could say that you kept an eye out for it as you all were landing, because now this is like closed off here.
I see.
So you would have to kind of go out, but you can do a perception check for as you all were landing. As there seems to be about, from just a quick count, there were under 10 landing pads here for Spelljammers as you came over.
I don't know. 5.
Yeah. It was kind of, you were focused on many other things, and it was a chaotic moment. So yeah, you did not see any other Spelljammers at all, or really even other landing platforms as you came down. So yeah, you all, Goliathan, you can feel the ship kind of like sink down. You're in this domed landing pad now, and Goliathan he undoes the you can feel him kind of like disconnect as the ship goes from like hovering and sitting down to just like fully moving down, and you see him come out of the door onto the top deck with you all from his spell jamming quarters, and he looks bad. Like, don't even need to roll. He looks just like gaunt, like not quite wounded. You don't see any physical wounds on him. There's like a little cut on his face, but just like weak, like he's gonna pass out almost.
Ay.
And he's
going
like,
to.
I need a dang drink.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm going to pour him some. What does he drink? Whiskey, probably.
Oh, I mean, he is a dwarf, and
Moon. Oh, so like ale, moon ale.
he is very proud of how the strength of alcohol that he can drink. So I'm sure you have some sort of special reserve for impressing him. But
Yeah, it's Goliathan's Reserve.
yeah, Goliath's reserve. Yeah,
Goliathan's
Which is
Reserve by way
available
of
on our
Turkey.
Patreon to top.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's alcohol that I swished around in my mouth.
Yeah. When you pour
Kai's
it
mouth
out,
or in Aaron's mouth?
Take your pick.
They are one and the same.
It's a very different taste.
We have one mouth, you and I. That's a fun thing to say to someone.
Yeah, right before you kiss them.
Or right after. We have one mouth, you and I. While you're kissing them? That's weird.
so yeah, so you when you
beast with
pour
two
something.
fronts.
Jesus.
That's when you go butt to butt.
Aaron is off the chain.
I don't know what's happening.
You're unleashed.
It broke me. The early part of this episode broke my brain.
we get to the city and he's off the leash immediately.
He has been dipping into Goliath's reserve. Certainly.
Shoot Goliathan with a party dart.
Alizé mango, baby.
Man, I don't know if artificers get access to Tasha's hideous laughter, but if you do, you should definitely spice it up flavor-wise as a party dart.
Maybe I can learn it.
Oh God, it's scary. So yeah, you pour him this like thick liquid that it comes out. It's like pomegranate juice and oatmeal, something in between there.
Oh my God!
And
pomegranate juice and oatmeal?
Yeah.
That's way worse. That's way worse than my thing.
There's not even alcohol in there.
Yeah.
No,
Or is it like
the name-
fermented?
It is the
The
color.
name of
It is the color
name
of
of the
pomegranate juice, but it looks like oatmeal as it's coming out. Yeah.
Oh,
Got it.
So
Worse.
like guts.
Yeah.
He likes it chunky. Give me a whiskey,
you-
chunky.
Here you are, Captain. Here's that drink you like to put in. Here's the thing you like.
I want whiskey on the oats.
Give me a vodka paste pronto.
He takes it, so he's like, oh, thank you. Kai, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And he pats you on the back and just sit down. And he looks over the edge and, and sees the mossy friend Swan, who now you can kind of like, now that he's run up and is standing there in a position to, you can see that he has this like this body that's made out of like sections almost, as it's not like silky and hairy like long, it's more of just like built in pieces, and it truly looks like a patch of moss has turned into a human being. And he's got like real broad shoulders, and he's not like, it doesn't seem like he's wearing any clothes or anything. It's just this moss built in different ways.
Ooh.
And he's like, oh boy, I'm glad to see you. And Goliathan goes, man, I could use some good old time between us. He's like, I bet. It's like, you what are you doing here? He kind of looks a little knowingly, and Goliathan's like, let's how about we get some brooms over at your loss, and we can decide then. And it's like, hey, that's fine with me. I got plenty of questions, and they don't need to happen now. And they, Goat has at this point kind of like pulled out a ladder and set it down so that you all can head down if you want. And you can see other people now have started to trickle in from this main door that is formed in this covered dock. And you see, actually, let's just have, can we have Klik? And let's have K.A.I do, no, you roll too high. Klik and, let's just have you, Klik, you can do it with advantage.
Not tonight.
Klik, do a perception check with advantage.
2 dice for me. You don't get to roll anymore, Kai. Oh boy.
Too good.
We're gonna pay
Retire
for
in
that.
New Jersey.
We're gonna pay for that. Ay. With advantage, it's 10. Wait. An 11.
11.
Yeah.
Wait. There are folks who are there kind of to immediately going to kind of like tend to the ship, and you see what you think is a Tohr-Kreen talking to Goat as she's kind of taking the lead as crew members come up, and you immediately realize it's not a Tohr-Kreen, but you are being jostled away by Goliathan a bit. He, as you are slowed down, he's like, no, come on. He's like, we got to get going. And you can see that this crew of people, at least the whole party can see that this crew of people is, you don't seem to see a human in the bunch. There are just a lot of varying types of humanoids here of all sorts of ancestry. And in this kind of rush a bit, as Goliathan is hurrying you, you don't notice too much about them. But they are immediately tending to the broken parts of the ship and are like pulling out different tools and things like that, and are discussing things with Goat. And
Can I tell? Are they speaking in common?
a lot of them, yeah, there's a lot of common being thrown around. Yeah.
Okay.
There's mostly common being thrown around.
Just does he have a fancy translator too, or does he have human lips to do the common thing?
Yeah, you can't quite tell. Yeah, you can't quite tell. Yeah.
Like trying to figure out how
It
he
was
tried so good.
It was the Tohr-Kreen down there. Is that what you saw?
Okay,
Yeah, there's some sort of insect like
Some
humanoid
kind of-
talking.
And just as a note, I think as soon as everyone went topside, I limped off to my hammock, and I'm short resting.
Sure. Yeah, you can. Are you staying on the ship?
Yeah.
Goliath has instructed the crew to not stay with the ship.
Not stay with
really?
the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He says while they're doing repairs, he's kind of hurrying you off to get lodging here. And
okay. Then in that case, yeah, I guess I'm going to gather up that extra large warrior sword that I got and my other stuff and my loot case, and I will climb off the ship with everybody else.
Yeah, I'm happy to assume that you all bring personal belongings, but he has made it clear that you are not staying on the ship for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I before Flute comes down, the Moonboy, when he's up in the bunk, he goes, Flute Whimteaser, come in.
That's you can decide how you want to respond.
Whimteaser, come in.
There's just like a long beat of silence, and then I'll pick it up and be like,
This is a Windrider. Flute's not here.
Oh my god, a Windrider. Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to ask Flute to bring down my pack for me, but if he's not up there, are you going to be coming with us? Are you going to be hanging out with us?
Right, I'll get you back.
Okay. Cool. 10-4. Can I be your sidekick? We'll talk about it. Okay. Over. Oh, I said over before I took my thumb off. Oh, he's going to think I'm so stupid.
yeah, I'll bring Moonboy's little diminutive satchel with me.
It's like the little fanny pack.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing you could like loop on your pinky. It's like a bunch of other stuff.
It's just like a bindle.
A little bindle.
Definitely a stick and bindle situation.
Stick and bindle.
And a little starry bandana.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
A little lantern, maybe.
So as you all are getting off, you see, Goat is busy talking to this crew about repairs that are going to be done. Goliathan is chumming it up with Swan, this moss plant-ish humanoid, and then there's like Relic's coming down and just looks absolutely pumped. He's just like shining. And Cobble's coming down as well, and as she's coming down, she like catches up the crew and she's like, "Moonboy, think I can get another reading from you later? Think I can, get you to look in your hood and tell me how things are going now?"
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll see.
So, maybe that death reading was for Flute, not me.
Yes, it could have been. Maybe that's a good point.
We'll talk about it.
Yes, I don't want to bother. I can't do it too often,
Yeah, but I get you. But
Sure.
later. And then, as you all are going, Goliath goes, "Wait, Cat, what are you gonna bring that ooze or no?"
Oh, that is a good question.
She's pretty big now, right? She's in like a
She's in a
full
barrel.
She's in a barrel.
Yeah.
We shouldn't leave her alone on the ship.
Probably, but we also shouldn't necessarily say, "Hey, we found this in space. What do you guys think of it?"
I agree. I just am worried about someone being on the ship and happening upon her if they look somewhere they shouldn't.
Yes, they'll get their eyeballs sucked out.
Well, let's go talk to her.
Can't she walk? Can she
Yeah.
look like an elf and walk with us?
I mean,
That is.
I don't know. Goliath kind of like looks a little worried, and Swan's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Just give me a second." He's like, "Swan, no one's gonna bother this ship, right?" When he's like, "No, sir. I mean, unless you send people on it, we're only just gonna be fixing. I trust my men, so I'm not worried about it." He's like, "Okay,
Right.
well." He's like, Goliath looks at you all. He's like, "Go talk to it and find out what the situation is."
Will do.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll make my way back onto the ship to go and speak to Janice.
Okay, cool.
I'll go with him.
Forgot all about it in all the hubbub.
Great. Is anyone not going to talk to Janice?
I'm not. I'll just stay on the dock.
Okay, cool. Then we
Yeah,
are going
I'll
to go
stay
ahead.
on the dock as well.
Okay, cool. Just Moonboy and K.A.I. Well, we're going to go cut to break real quick, and then we will find out what happens with Janice, and you all will enter for Regna. After the break, we're going to do just a quick less than 5-minute break chat. If you're hanging out with us, we're going to drink a liquid and pee, and it will be great.
What's
Flute,
the liquid?
Drink,
What's
pee.
the liquid, Harlan?
Drink,
whatever you want it to be. Flute, congratulations
Water.
on not dying.
Congratulations.
I'm very
happy.
I gotta say, I don't watch a lot of Twitch. That was some good Twitch right there.
Yeah, that was
So
really good.
scary.
Okay, cool. We're going to cut to break. We'll be back in less than 5 minutes for the rest of this episode. See you soon.
Drink pee.
Hachi-machi.
All right, we are back. Let's play some more D&D. We're all just being happy that Flute didn't die.
A little more D but D.
D but D.
D yet D.
D.
D. Ergo.
Ergo. Do
D
I say
before
D?
D,
Little Dungeons,
Oh.
Therefore Dragons.
but not after ye.
DOD is a whole different kind of
Dungeons Before
War
Dragons.
game.
Never been
Snacking.
snacking. Dragon for
Anyway, that's the
Dungeons.
show, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Bring me the Funyuns.
So
Oh,
you all,
boy.
as you step out of this almost warehouse-like space that is the landing pad for your Spelljammer, that is on the edge of this very large city that you can just see kind of cascades wall-wise up. All of the bridges lead up and into these helix spiraling towers in the middle. And it's majestic. Like, it just is a straight up beautiful looking city all throughout. All different parts of it as you're catching glimpses of the waterways that are carved all along this outer ring that is closest to you. And Swan and Goliathan are kind of like chit-chatting out front, and then as you all start to head back to the ship, Goliathan goes, be quick, I'm not going to leave without you. We're sticking together as a group. So go talk to, what do you call the ooze, Janice?
Yeah.
Yeah, go talk to her and see if she's going to eat everybody or what the deal is.
Sure.
And Swan goes, what? And he's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's sort of very open. Okay, yeah, let's go do it. Who's coming?
I
Anyone?
don't know.
Yep, Moonboy
Alright.
and K.A.I are going down there. So you head up the ladder back into the hull of the ship, into the kitchen, and you peek into that pantry, as it's burned in my brain that Andrew said one
Pantry
time.
peeking.
Yeah, you peek into that
Yeah.
pantry, and you
Janice?
see, as the door opens, and there's still that barrel in the middle of the pantry, and you see this tiny little sliver of ooze, like this like silvery ooze, come out and just forms into a hand, and it goes, "Hi."
Hello. Well, we have docked at Fermaragna, and it is time to decide whether you will remain here on the ship or whether you come accompany us into town.
I thought we've landed, and again, there's this. It's a bit more controlled and focused now that she's spent some time listening to you all and conversing with you all, but there's still this, just like a few voices layered on top as she's speaking to you in this small chorus. And she says, I thought we've landed. Interesting. I've never been to a new place before. I'm very excited. I would very much like to come with you.
All right. Well, what do you think, Moonboy?
I mean, I think she could probably come with us as long as she comes back. I mean, we don't want her loose out there, right?
Right. I suppose as long as you agree not to consume anything that should not be consumed.
I absolutely agree that I will not consume anything that I will not consume.
And you will return with us back to the ship when it is time to leave?
Yes,
Unless...
if you wish me to come with you, I will come with you. And all the things I'm doing with my hand is what the little hand that has come out and this like sliver and like through a knot hole in the side of the barrel. It's just this like little hand that is like, as you all are talking to each other, she's like reacting to it.
I thought
yes.
those were like tech cues that
No.
I was missing.
What?
That's me role playing with just my hands.
Great.
That's the pitch.
Yeah.
Cool.
You will have to take a form to move about the city. Is that doable for you?
Maybe. I can't fully change into a single thing. I can project, and this long sliver comes out and begins to form a larger pool next to the barrel, and you just see an elf shape start to, a humanoid shape start to like pull out of it.
Ha!
And
the Moonboy.
she forms fully into
Moonboy,
one of the
that's
elves.
I'm sorry, it looked like it was screaming at first.
It
It
was
is
a little. That happens to everyone.
It is a little unsettling, as it looks like a human or like an elf melting in reverse.
Yeah,
Sure.
like a candle.
We all know what that looks like.
Unmelting.
I saw it.
Yeah,
It was
we've
like
all seen
Yeah.
it.
The old reverse elf melt.
well, I'm imagining that dude from
Sounds like a type of sandwich.
imagining the guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, but you just reverse the GIF.
Yikes.
How has that not
Yeah.
been done yet? How is that not already a
Internet, you're
thing?
lazy.
Yeah, come on, get that up with like some text over it that's like me when I drink a Red Bull or something.
Chat, we're looking at you. Come on now. Yeah, so she. I really love it when I am doing description and I'm not like, oh yeah, it's not that gross. It's just what it is, and I just see y'all's faces, just like, oh god. I'm like, oh yeah, it is gross.
I tell you what, the eyelid closing around the ship, I think we all kind of sailed past.
That
the giant soft taco ship holder.
yes, just
The reverse soft taco.
So yeah, she explains that she's not like a shape changer in the way that she can fully make herself one thing. There has to be this remnant of her. And so she's like, I could maybe hold this barrel. And in the elven form, picks the barrel up and holds it in her hands.
it's an elf carrying a very
Just carrying a barrel. Maybe could it go to a smaller receptacle?
Could it? Well, maybe like instead of an elf, you could just be like a muscly barrel man or something.
Do you have a muscly barrel man that I could consume? I would be able to do it then.
I might.
The Moonboy runs off to his
Windrider
bunk to check in his little store of food to see if he has that for her.
See if you have a muscly man.
Yeah,
and he comes back shortly, and he says,
"No, I don't. I have some pickles, part of a radish, and a playing card."
I tell you what, Janice, you can accompany us carrying the barrel to wherever we will stay, but you will probably have to remain there.
Okay.
But it will be a change of scenery.
Totally.
I'm very happy to see another place. I've never seen another place before. And she's now speaking out of the voice of this elf, and is now, because she has formed the being, is able to speak solely out of the mouth of the elf.
Can I read this being, or can I the Moonboy would like to kind of try as best he can see what the intentions, I don't know, read the body language to see if this person's lying or over eager.
I would like to do this.
Okay.
K.A.I trusts Janice for the most part.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 23 inside.
Okay, cool. So you tell me what you get to, K.A.I.
Oh, you said it too.
Oh, great.
So it's a total of 4.
Yeah, so you're just full of you're having a little bit of a hard time reading her because she has not
22, sorry.
Cool. She has not expressed herself in this way before, where most of the time she's just confused and has been eager to get off the island and just really listening to you all. And now she's very adamant about in a way that is her being excited. And Moonboy, you totally get her excitement is truly genuine. She has never been from a place like here before. She said it is that she has never, the only place that she ever remembers being is the one island that you all found her on. So she's very excited to be at a new place.
I think go ahead.
But she was very careful with her wording. And like a shithead teenager, she is very she just has a bit of a glint to her that you would recognize as mischievous. I wouldn't say malicious, but definitely mischievous.
Okay. The Moonboy reflects this excitement because he too, I think this is the first place he sort of remembers being. and he's like, it's cool. He sort of starts telling Janice about it, like it's on legs, and I saw a man with a hat, and there was a bird, and they've got this crazy car, and let's go upstairs.
To Janice or
yeah, I think
okay, cool. Yeah, so she's like, oh, I am so excited.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I have to be careful.
Yes.
Triple careful.
She leans forward. The elf has this barrel in her arms, and she's like, "Yes, I will follow your lead." And she kind of raises the barrel, cheers a little bit with it. She's like, "Yes, I will not reveal myself."
Very good.
Well, it's like a sticky eyelid when she winks.
Yeah, how convincing is her guys?
She fooled us completely.
She did.
Until we saw the wire.
Yeah, I mean, it is when she is holding the barrel.
Watching The Wire will really open your eyes about a lot of stuff. It's a really honest depiction of the American political system.
That's what we do in those long tracts between wreckages, between scavenging. We binge The Wire, man.
Well, while they're talking to Janice, can I ask Swan or any available dockhand? I'm looking for some recommendations.
Sure, yeah.
I'm looking for a barber, a musical shop, and an armorer.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't know what that is, but I'm excited about whatever that is.
Why would you? You're going to a different armorer? Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can absolutely...
And a different barber?
You're the doctor, cook, armorer, chef?
It's called a barberer, and he's the first one.
Armorer is the only one of those things I definitely actually am.
So she, so you can do let's have you do an investigation check, and I will kind of play it out depending on what you get.
I got a dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah, you stop one of the crew members, and when you stop them, they turn and look at you, and they're just hunched over, pulling a big chunk of wood off of the ship. And when they step up and turn and look at you, they have this a mouth that's an oval shape and has teeth, tendrils, something in between. Flute can't quite tell. And they are green-skinned and immediately flick out some wings when you look at them. And you would recognize this as being an insect humanoid. And Andrew, you would recognize it as being a grasshopper leaning insect humanoid. And it looks at you and makes some clicking noises at you, and then goes and seems to cast a spell from something that it pulls out of its pocket. And you can feel the Star Trek style automatic translation that you would, as a bard especially, would recognize as oral magic, AURAL, changing its words into what you could, thank you, understand. I was just cutting that off just right there, just getting it out of the way.
Thank you.
And it says, yes, this is a city full of many, many things, but close to here, absolutely, there are, in this section, and he refers to this part of the dock. It's this is the trellis dock, and in the trellis dock, you can find all those things.
Okay, great. So in the general area.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, he will kind of give you verbal instructions of this is where to find this thing and that thing. And yeah, he says all three of these can be found in this section of the city.
Cool.
Have K.A.I and Moonboy come? Are they on the dock now?
Yeah, we're disembarking right now.
Okay, so we can see that Janice is here. Janice is in elf form, and she's brought a barrel.
Is there like a little hole in the barrel with an eye poking out of it?
Yeah, actually, Moonboy, you see as she kind of walks over to the ladder and looks at it, and it's like, as she's holding the barrel, and she's.
I will take the barrel.
And you
hand it off to me.
Yeah, when you see that, you see like the barrel come down into K.A.I's hands, and you just see that tiny little knot hole. When it's turned away from the door, you can still see it, and its hand flicks out and waves at you as she begins to descend. And yeah, so she gets to the bottom there, and Klik and Flute, you can both see Janice with the.
Did I see her wave from the up at the top?
Yes, just because it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
All right, everyone's accounted for.
Great.
It better be after the end of this.
I hope so.
Give Janice a scoldy look, like an "I'm watching you" type of thing.
We're all going to go. We're going to have a nice time.
Janice deserves a little R&R like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't relax on the ship with fewer
she looks at you, Klik, and
to consume.
And she looks at you and says, I'm very excited to be in a new place. I've never been in a new place before, this elf says to you.
Okay.
She's going
be on your best behavior.
To be on her best behavior, and she's going to remain in the lodgings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I bet she is.
Yeah.
And so
I'll whisper like, I saw that wave.
And she walks up ahead and past you all, and as soon as she walks kind of like toward Goliathan and Swan, Goat comes rushing over to you all, and it's like, "What is that? Is that Janice? Is she coming off with us?"
It's less dangerous than having someone come across her on the ship.
We can keep an eye on her like this, Goat.
Man, she's like, "Man, I'm got a bad feeling." And just quick shout out, Jordan's art for Goat is on screen right now. It's very, very good. I don't know if you all have seen it.
Go.
But I will throw it up on Roll20 so you all can.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's so good. It's so good.
Nice. Oh my god, look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah, Jordan,
what a cutie.
Fantastic artist.
She's the best.
She's so schmucky. I love it.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Well done.
Anyway, Goat.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's like, oh gosh, guys. She's kind of just like you can tell she's just stressed out by having to deal with the ship and balance all of this stuff.
Goat, it's all right. This way we will be able to keep an eye on her, make sure no one happens upon her, and that she doesn't do anything foolish.
Okay, well, just don't. I trust you all with this whole situation. You guys seem to have things under control. Just don't let her get any ideas. Don't let Relic get any ideas either, she says, and kind of just like saunters off. Not saunters, walks very with direction.
It'd be weird if she sauntered.
A little
Stalks.
Sashay.
Anyway.
You roll into you kind of like go out and you see this majestic city as you're walking through, and Goliathan hurries you as you see that it's starting to get dark outside too. As you were landing, it's kind of hitting dusk, and you go into this. You see lots of just odd shaped buildings that are not the architecture you're used to, but as you roll up to the building that is one of the first buildings you come through in these bustling city streets, you see a building that looks like a tavern that you are used to. It looks very traditionally built, like a, you all have kind of been all over, but this is like 4 walls, just almost oddly, it's definitely out of place here. And when Goliathan kind of gestures you all in, and it's, when you step inside, it is full of many, many different types of people. It's not too crowded. There's about 20 people in here, but it's a big inn, and it is almost cliche. Out of game, you would view it as like a cliche tavern of just like wooden tables, fireplace in the corner. Except there is the bartender. First thing you see is the bartender is some sort of like flowering vine of a humanoid, just like all wrapped around within itself, like moving around. You think it's like a plant at first, but I mean it is a plant, but you think it is. You don't recognize that it is moving around until it begins serving drinks.
Sure.
And Goliath's like, God, thank Jesus, and he sits down at a table, and that is like big. That Swan seemed to have already gotten for you all. And he's like, sit down, let's all just take a damn second. And yeah, you all just kind of like, there's a bit of like stunned, like what just happened, as you all are just sitting here at this table now.
Wow.
Yeah. That was
45 minutes ago, I was certain that we were all about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goliath says too, just like hands in his head a little bit, and Swan goes, "What? Can you explain?" And he goes, "No, I'm gonna." It's like, how about? And he kind of like clearly wants a little bit of alone time with Swan. Like there's a gesture of like, I want to talk to him like mano a mano a little bit. I hate that phrase. I don't know why I just used it. And then, he's like, yeah, come over, and they step away together. And so you all are sitting there with Relic, Janice, and Cobble.
Okay. So Goat is not here either?
Goat is not here. Goat is working the ship.
Okay.
Should we secure... Captain, before you go, are we planning to stay here in this establishment?
Yeah, Swan has already made arrangements. Swan, like this fuzzy moss dude is like, yeah, I got you. I have a standing order a bit with this establishment with my doc. He just points to like the doc.
What's the name of this bar?
Oh yeah, it's your loss.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah,
it's cool. Do they have big soft pretzels?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Roll a snacks check.
To read the menu.
Snacks check.
Roll a vittles check.
It wasn't good. It wasn't pretzel good.
That's my favorite snack.
Moonboy, you know I brought you a pretzel.
Hang on, this is a 10.
You have like a pretzel oven chest.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you can see in the corner. There's definitely like a window where food is coming out of, but you're like,
what's coming out of the window?
You can roll a perception check.
I will. I'm rolling such good perception tonight. Yep, 5.
Oh,
you are
can't tell.
You are
good thing Klik doesn't care.
She's looking at that elf.
That garbage.
Yeah. Flute is in a tizzy almost, as there's so much stimulus around with all of these like nearly unrecognizable humanoids, and also like your brain is like focused on Janice too, this ooze that is transformed into an elf, and that is just wide-eyed like a little kid almost.
I feel bad. I can't believe I failed that pretzel check. Janice, you've got to try big soft pretzels. They're insane.
Oh, I'll try anything. I'm very excited to be here.
Sure. You are. You're at like an 8. Maybe do like 6.
Okay, I will tone it down. She says, I'm kind of like going more toward NPR voice.
Yes, you've got big anime eyes and it's weirding everyone out.
Bring it down to NPR. That's hilarious to me.
It's good.
Yeah, so what do you all want to, Relic has kind of like gestured to get some drinks.
Food. I think the Moonboy would like some food.
Cobble has already gone over to the window, and you can see her like up and pointing at things. And they both come back with like provisions for you all. And Relic is like, damn, that was This has been crazy.
Other people bringing you drinks and food. I hate this.
Did Goliathan leave us?
No, he's just in the corner drinking and seemingly talking very, catching up with Swan.
Yeah, I'll have a drink. I'll drink what Goliathan's drinking. I'm just kind of picking at my food.
That cranberry oatmeal thing?
Yeah.
That pomegranate oatmeal sludge?
No, Swan had ordered like a pitcher of beer style thing of just like this warm kind of like nectary drink that's absolutely definitely alcoholic, but has this sweeter taste to it for the table. And if that is that, yeah, I'm sure Flute has access to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be drinking and kind of pushing my food around on my plate.
Yeah.
It looks like I haven't seen Captain this riled up in a long time. Cobble, you've been on the ship the longest. What about you? She's like munching on a frog.
True. That's not even. They don't even sell those here.
You brought that. You brought that
from home.
My pocket frog.
A tiny table of frogs go, Jeff, no!
Oh,
nice.
darn.
Now we're in Muppets territory.
Yeah.
I tuck a bit of frog up behind my translator, and you can hear it like gnashing, like little.
What does it sound like?
It
Does it
translates.
translate you in? Hello, my darling. Hello, my honey.
That's what chewing translates.
Oh.
No, it translates to like an open mouth.
This episode has gags.
Is Aaron breaking up to anybody else?
Yep.
Oh, Aaron's breaking up a little bit.
Aaron's got the freezies.
Got a little bit of robot
He's
voice.
got those freezies. Let's wait for him.
Oh.
How do we ward it off?
It either comes back or it doesn't.
I was just double checking pictures of Kreen to make sure I don't have a proboscis to stick into this drink.
Ooh.
Like a little.
Thank
like
God
a
you
little
don't.
frog.
Wait, you don't, right?
I do cannot have a proboscis.
Okay.
Just the little pincers.
We'll always remember Aaron this way, having a great time.
He's frozen in carbonite.
Actually, while he's kind of we're getting back there, Klik, you see more of these like Kreen styled bodies around here, and it is a little disconcerting for you, only because it is there are some with wings. There are some with like appendages that you're not quite sure of, and they're all. It's just kind of like it's hard for you to catch glimpses a little bit because like so and so's like back is turned here.
He's just leaving and coming back.
He'll come back.
They always come back.
They're throwing just me on the screen, so I'm gonna until we fix it. So I'm gonna continue doing descriptions of this area.
Yeah.
But everyone can hear you. So yeah, there are lots of different bug humanoids throughout here, and it's nothing that Klik recognizes. The rest of the party also would 100% just flag that there are lots of different humanoids that are made of plants as well. You can see these like almost what you might know in real life as like vine blights, or these just like bigger creatures that are made out of plants and have different sorts of appendages that are.
He's back.
They're all kind of looking like a human, but
wait again. He froze again in an equally hilarious position.
Aaron, tell your roommates to quit streaming whatever they're streaming.
Oh, you know what they're streaming. Princess Mononoke.
Hey.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Sorry.
Oh, I can hear you.
We can hear him,
we can
but
hear
we
him.
can't see
I'm
him.
frozen again?
You're frozen again.
In the
frozen,
best,
Kai.
It's very good.
Image. Case brought you up back on the screen just so they could see your frozen face. It's so good.
You're frozen.
Hello? Anybody?
We're getting double Aaron now. Oh, there he is. Just mute yourself in Zoom.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah,
There
seeing
he
how
is.
the sausage is made. Now you're
There
kidding.
he is. He back.
Um,
Where did you go?
it's breaking up again.
No!
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Uncle Fun.
I pushed it.
Yeah, we can't hear
I
you.
heard crash.
Into me. No,
Yeah.
be careful. We gotta be careful.
No, do it. Don't go down that
It's
road.
like 6 minutes. What's Case said it earlier when we were singing 6 notes is all we're allowed to sing copyright wise. Just so you know.
Oh, is that true?
What if we sing them badly? What if you
Whoa.
don't hit the notes?
I think that counts as remix.
Does it count? Yeah, that's like
nice.
your own. That's
I
your
think
own
after
score.
2 drinks, my nerves have kind of settled a little bit. I'm like
Absolutely.
feeling a bit reconstituted. I'm scanning this tavern. I'm looking for widower patches or widower colors.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do a perception check for me.
Looks like Aaron's back too.
Yeah.
And it's bad. I got a 6.
6. Yeah.
Natural. It's a natural 6.
Natural 6. Yeah, it's a little. You're still a little. You're calm, but you're trying to not be weird. As there's a little bit of like as the whole party is kind of like checking out this just very odd tavern. There's a little bit of an air of you all are trying to play it cool and not seem suspicious because you have a creature who's still sitting at a table holding a barrel. Next to
The barrel?
Just kind of like
with like the creepiest smile on her face.
So excited to be there.
Eat your frog. Eat your frog, Janice.
Did they give Janice a frog?
Are we all eating frogs?
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
not
what they
eating a
have
frog.
here. That's what they have here. Why not?
I thought there was like a kobold menu,
Windrider?
like the equivalent of a child's menu that kobold that Cobble ordered off of.
Absolutely. She brought back like a variety of things, and they're all seemingly like this whole place gives off a vibe to you of
vegan.
No, it's not.
Vegan frogs.
Oh, imitation whole frog.
Ew! It's vegan. Ew, the frog is vegan.
Tohr-Froggy.
No, it seems like a place that is imitating an inn. It's like somebody was told about it and then did their best version to create it.
Okay, it's like if Disney made an inn experience.
Yes.
Interesting.
I was gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice, I love it.
But for adventuring pubs.
I love it.
Yes.
And this is where we're hanging out. This is his go-to spot.
Goliath, then you're such a dad.
What a cornball!
This dude took us to Chili's.
The TGI Fridays of the universe. Oh my god.
No, you're nailing it. That's what it is. It is what it is.
I love it.
So yeah.
Is it as far as like it's not actual wood, or it's like it's made of like wood and stone and stuff?
It's made of wood and stone. It just it has
It's
a
not
feeling
like
that's like an
plastic
airport.
molds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the airport.
Not in Ireland.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So anyone in Denver? Got it.
Are we the seemingly the only adventurous types in here, or is everybody else? I mean, are we the only smoldering weirdos?
Well, it seems like the place is full of weirdos, but are we all tourists?
The bartender's like a vine.
I guess what I'm asking is, are the others tourists, or do they also seem to be actual dyed-in-the-wool adventuring sorts?
That's a great question. You can roll perception with advantage because that's the way you phrased it. Just because it's right. It's a good question.
It looks like
17.
Chat says Aaron is muted.
Oh no! We can all hear him.
We can hear him. It says, chat says silent K.A.I. K.A.I is mute. No Aaron voice.
I trust.
Just reload your Zencaster, Aaron.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he can hear us.
Reload your Zencaster if you can, Aaron.
I pulled a 17 perception, which is a good thing you gave me advantage because the other one was a 1.
Great. No, there are a few other seemingly adventuring parties here. There are not humans here in this room, but there's definitely like, you can just like see kind of like crews of people sitting at a few different tables.
Sure.
How about now? Anybody?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, we could hear you before too, but they couldn't hear you on the stream.
If chat can hear you.
We'll find out in a second. Yeah, you're good. They sign off.
Yay!
All right.
They hear you.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat. Cool. So yeah, there are adventuring parties here. You're in this kind of IKEA tavern, and you all just have a little bit of time. As Goliathan seems very occupied talking to Swan, as they just seem to be non-stop talking this whole time.
I'm definitely eating all the snacks. I'm eating the frog. I'm eating what are these, corn dogs? What is this, little Swedish horse balls? I want some of those. And I offer a frog to the Windrider. Windrider, here you are, some real adventuring fare. This is what they used to eat in the swamps.
I'm not hungry.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just convalescing.
You're convalescing. Would you like to lie down?
I suppose I might stow my bags and have a bit of a nap.
All right. Maybe we can bring Janice upstairs. And you can have a lie down.
What is upstairs? She leans forward eagerly.
We are going to find out together. It will be a grand adventure.
Great. She says eagerly. And Cobble looks at you. Is she going to eat someone?
No. No.
Are you sure?
Janice?
No, I am not. I'm not.
She's assured me that she will not.
Okay.
I will not eat anyone I'm not supposed to.
You're not supposed to eat anyone, to be clear.
You're not supposed to eat anyone. That's
just
right.
to spell it all the way out.
Sure.
Don't eat anybody. Ask them questions.
I will not eat a body.
Okay.
She says, I am allowed frog, though. Yes?
Yes.
You can eat the frogs. Try the frogs and try the horse balls. They're incredible.
It's a little jarring to you when she puts the frog in her mouth, because you can just see, knowing what she is, you can see the inside of her mouth turn to ooze for just a second and just absorb the frog.
Does she like fake chew? Like,
yes, she's clearly, yeah. Because she knows she's supposed to.
Yes. Yeah. Give me a hand. Give me a hand with this barrel, Flute.
Sure.
It's Windrider.
Oh my god! We forgot Flute!
He's fine, I'm sure.
We have to go get him! I'm just kidding. He'll be fine.
I'm sure he's napping.
He's around. Anyway, let's go upstairs and get you lying down.
Cool. Yeah, you all can get up, take her up to the room, and she's like, "Do I just stay here for now?"
You will remain here.
Wait,
okay.
I'm not sharing a room with the Suze.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
We need you to keep an eye on her.
You have 3 rooms.
3 rooms, and
someone needs to keep an eye on her. And if you're going to be laying down, it makes sense that it will be you. You can change rooms.
I'm not falling asleep in the same room as that.
You don't have to talk like that to me. You were dead an hour ago, and now you're still pretending to be someone else?
Yes,
maybe I was pretending to be someone else before.
I'm going to pull out the belt buckle that I've made, and we'll show it to Flute. I made this for you. It took a great deal of time, and I want you to have it. And I flip it from the side that says Windrider, and it can reverse. It's like a reversible belt buckle, and it says Whimteaser.
Oh boy.
And I will say, you must decide which of these you want to wear.
I'll kind of like hold it a minute, kind of taking it in.
You nearly died, and you nearly took us all with you. Do you understand?
Right, well, my memory's a bit hazy.
Just be careful. I will not suffer the death of one of our party.
Well, I came back, didn't I?
You're lucky.
Janice looks at you and goes, "Yes, why are you lying, Flute?"
Shut up, Ooze.
Oh.
Wow, that is rude.
I thought even I knew that one, Janice.
I'm not sharing a room with that Ooze. You can lock her in there, and I'll take the next room over.
If you insist.
I do. And she kind of like sets her barrel down and sits on the bed that is in here in this kind of like, windowed, cozy room. She's like, this is not a hammock. It's a bed.
That is true.
Yes. Cool. And before you all have the opportunity to take a long rest, you kind of are out here amongst the city, or in this tavern, not really amongst the city. And you, Goliathan kind of like rounds you all up before the end of the night. Goat has joined you all, and says, and she gives a report that you are going to have to be here for at least 3 days in order to do the repairs that are needed to the ship because of the specific crafting that needs to happen. Goliathan reacts to that strongly, kind of like goes quiet and hears this. And he's like, okay, look, I know the city's cool. Regna's beautiful. And on any other day, I'd want you all to go out and explore it. But I don't want any of you all to leave this inn. No matter what. And Relic starts to pipe up and it's like, no, Relic. And he goes, I can handle it. I'll look for a couple leads. But things are a little, we don't know what the situation is right now. So while we wait for the ship, everyone just stay out of the way, especially you. He points to Janice. Don't leave. And it's like, got it. If you all need something, come to me. We can figure it out.
Sorry, could I back up super fast just
Sure.
in that scene with K.A.I in the hallway? After Janice went in that room, I'll hold up the belt buckle. I'm going to ratchet it back to Windrider. I'll be like, thanks, K.A.I. And I'm going to go. And I would go into my room.
You're welcome.
Cool. I like that a lot.
Sorry, just
No.
No, that's great.
period on
Important
the
moment.
scene.
At that exact moment, the Moonboy comes upstairs and he has found some big soft pretzels, and and he's like, where's everyone staying? I'm gonna stay with the Windrider. And he wants to sneak in the room after you. He wants to bunk with Windrider.
Great.
I will stay in the room with Janice, and I will not sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't have to.
I'm
That's
gonna sit across from the barrel, and I'm going to sharpen my gift cup, looking at her.
Absolutely.
So we were told 3 days here in Regna, and we are to stay in the inn the entire time, or just this first night?
No, he said
Sorry.
the entire time.
The entire time is the order from Goliathan. Goliathan also has his own room, and you all are kind of like split throughout. Cobble and Relic and Goat all bunk up. Goat takes up 2 beds, but that's normal. And and she's happy.
Could I have? Oh, sorry to interrupt.
No, go for it.
In that afternoon time, could I have taken a short rest?
Yes, absolutely.
And expend some hit dice.
Yes,
Great.
absolutely. It does seem like you're about to get a long rest, but
Yeah.
I don't want to set. I don't want to set precedent of that. If you want to you had time to take a short rest. If you want to throw.
Yeah. I just wanted to because mechanically I was kind of napping a little bit, and then I think come nighttime I'm going to be at the bar drinking.
Cool. You all kind of, Goliathan is giving you the orders. He's like, we'll figure out some fun stuff. Don't worry. I'll arrange for some fun to come. You can meet some of my friends and people I've met here, and
I love Goliathan's field trip energy on this whole thing so much.
He's very protective.
I love it.
As if we didn't just take down 2 pirate ships. We're locked in the Disney's Magic Castle.
If there's anything you all want to do or say to each other before the end of the night,
Moonboy is a chatty roommate. He has got some alone time with Windrider.
Give it to us.
And he's going to go, do you want to sleep on the top bunk or the bottom bunk, Windrider? I can sleep in a drawer. I'm used to sleeping in a barrel.
Can we sort of say that this conversation is taking place in the?
Oh no! Now we're losing Andrew.
Oh no! Okay,
boy.
I thought it was me. I thought it was me going again.
Wait, what? You hiccup there, Andrew. Taking place where?
Oh, I was saying, when you bring all your stuff in the room, you're excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be like.
You know what? I'm even thinking after, as the lights are going out, you're trying to go to sleep, and I'm like, "Where are you from, Windrider?"
He said he was.
I'm going to be drinking at the bar, but I wouldn't. I would have you. I'd be like,
"I'm going to be down at the bar if you want to join me for some drinks."
Oh my god, totally.
Yeah. So you all can have these conversations. You don't have to go to bed right now. There's not a curfew.
We go to the bar to drink for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Is the bar crowded at nighttime?
Yeah, it's definitely has more people than it did when you first came. And there are more. You see a couple of humans now. There are a few dwarves here as well. There's again just all sorts of various humanoids. You see more Kreen-esque insect humanoids. You see just a large variety of plant humanoids, and you see a few different.
Quick question: is there one way upstairs and downstairs, or are there multiple ways?
There is one way upstairs. Yes.
Okay.
And the room's locked, and to Moonboy and I could have a key.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll be downstairs at the bar as well, but keeping a close eye on the one exit.
Cool. Yeah.
So, where are you from, Windrider?
I think
I've got a giant beer in front of me.
I've had a few of those nectars.
Here and there, mostly.
Cool. Is that your real name? Is your real name Windrider?
Right. First name Wind, last name Rider.
Cool.
I'm just getting annihilated.
Do you have a sidekick?
No,
Look.
that was ever wanted to be my sidekick before.
I could be your sidekick. I've done some drawings. I was thinking I could call myself the Moonrider.
I think even Windrider kind of laughs at that in a real way. He's like,
"Oh well, all right. Application accepted."
All right, and he holds up the big beer to cheers. To your health, Windrider.
Yeah, You're drinking from like an oversized mug for you because you're this
Yeah.
tiny little gnome. but
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm probably drinking from a kind of like a delicate nectar
Yeah.
glass.
Tube.
A flute.
Two
A
more.
flute. A flute Whimteaser.
It does sound like the most delicate drink on the menu.
Yeah,
for sure.
Does.
totally. It's your friend that's getting bombed on Malibu rum. It's like, really? That's the shots you're doing? Okay.
It's called a flute Whimteaser.
He's clearly new to getting smashed.
Yeah. We get bombed on fruity alien drinks.
Yeah, and then it's this is a nice moment for you. It seems like this is one of the first times where you've had enough time with the Windrider to even engage in this way. As he seems to kind of just show up and go away, and so yeah, this is probably a big moment for.
I was there when we found the Moonboy, right?
Yes.
If I can dig into this bit of lore, and when we found him, he was buried in a chunk of moon, floating in space.
He was just floating in a bubble.
Oh, he's just floating in a bubble.
Like a little plant.
And he was alive when we found him?
Yep.
I had a little plant that should be noted that you guys haven't really seen much of.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I think once I'm pretty bombed, I'll ask the Moonboy, have you ever been close to death, Moon Rocket?
Yeah. Yes, I think. A few times, I think, but most recently when I was floating through space.
And the Moonboy's pretty drunk at this point too.
Nice.
Yeah, I've always thought it'd be celestials with harps, or maybe a forest of dryads, but it was nothing. Just darkness. Just blackness. Just grabbing me.
The moon was there with me. I would say perhaps you just haven't found your way yet, Windrider, to wherever it is you're going. I'm going to bath.
There's no moon. So you were alone, but you had the moon?
Yes, the moon is with me wherever I go. She lives in my hat.
Let me see that hat. Let me see that fucking hat.
I can't let you see the hat. I never let go of the hat. The hat is very important to me.
Are you gonna?
I don't believe you.
I mean, if I was going to show anybody, I would show you, Windrider. But, well, I mean, okay.
Who's sitting on my right? Is it Klik or just a patron?
I don't think I'm sitting. I think I'm standing or maybe leaning up against the bar, and I'm not drinking. I'm just looking and making sure that y'all don't get yourselves in a
Whoever's
fight.
sitting on my right, I'm going to give them a drunken nudge back.
He says he has the moon in his hat, but he won't show anyone. It talks to him, and it tells him the future.
I can't show anyone. You know that. Windrider.
This purple, built out of a bunch of petunia flowers kind of throughout it, creature turns around and looks at you and it goes, "I don't care," and then turns back around.
Whoa, shunned by the purple petunia alcoholic? Wow.
See, now you
Sort
don't
of like,
really
I'm going to take a long, deep sniff of it, and then I will turn back to Moonboy.
It's kind of rude, but it's clear let's just not deal with it thing.
That does feel like something. That does feel like the ultimate offense to a flower person is
touching someone's hair. Yeah.
You just motorboat their back?
No, I didn't touch it. I was more of a
drunken
you're made of
whiff.
flowers. Yeah.
Cool.
I
So
Bidened it.
You did. You Bidened him.
Oh my god, that was
Gross.
of all my gross descriptions. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna say. So you kind of just had this back and forth with the hat.
Yeah,
You're not doing anything. Like you're not letting him see it, and you're kind of not
I'm
being
not.
aggro about it.
I'm not gonna let him see it. I will say the Moonboy is a little offended that Windrider doesn't believe him. He's seeing it. He's seeing a different side of Windrider than he has seen before.
Cool.
Interesting.
Soaking that in. Does anyone want to do anything else before the end of the night?
I want to teach Janice how to play chess.
Okay.
Okay.
She's.
Or whatever the equivalent of chess. Dragon chess, I guess.
Oh, I mean, this is space. There is dragon chess, but there's also regular chess.
Space dragon chess.
Which
Yeah.
came first?
Whoa.
The
We're
dragon
playing.
or the
We're
chess?
playing Dungeons but Dragons. Well, let's go for Dragon chess.
Sure. Fair. Dungeons with Dragons. DVD. She's like, what happened? Why do you do it?
It is a way to exercise the mind. It's a game of strategy
Okay.
and foresight,
All right.
and I think you would enjoy it.
I understand. I would like to partake in more activities that allow me to exercise my thoughts and also interact with other people
Yes, that
as
is
a
why.
way besides eating them.
Yes,
Because you don't like that. Yeah.
that is why I think you would enjoy this game and things like it.
Okay. Well, and just like, show me how to win.
I shall.
And you kind of like go through it. Let's have you do a real quick performance check, or
Performance?
you could actually use it. I think.
Can I do some kind of intelligence based? Or it doesn't have to be, but
I think I want it to be charisma based because
okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to perform.
Sometimes you got to perform.
You're the teacher. Show her how it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. 16.
It's going well. She is quickly picking up on moves in a way that is like making you just the tiniest bit frustrated because you're like, oh, she is so good at this. Like, oh, okay. Like, why? If she can learn this, like, maybe you don't react that way, but it just has that like twinge of like, why is she able to pick this up so well when it's so difficult to talk about so much stuff with her?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're very bright.
Thank you.
Well done. You picked this up well.
I'm excited to learn more things. But I will ask, what are we doing next? Where am I going? I am worried that I am not going to be free at any point.
That is a good question.
I do
And
like being here with you, but I just don't want to be surprised. Like,
I don't want to surprise you, and I do not know. I'm afraid. I do not know what your future holds. I trust you, I think, and I respect your will as an entity. Just because you're an ooze doesn't mean you're a bad person. But
just because you're an ooze doesn't mean you're bad news.
Yes.
She says, as you said to me, it is okay to be an ooze.
It is okay to be an ooze. The question is not, it's not about who you are, it's about, or what you are, it's about what you choose to do. And if you go around consuming people for their sentience, people will not accept you. And they will hunt you, and they will probably try to hurt you. But if you don't do those things, if you don't hurt anyone, I hope that you'll be allowed to live in peace. That's
we
my
hurt
hope
the
for
two
you.
ships.
That's true, but they attacked us.
I see. So we can attack things that attack us.
In self-defense.
I am learning. And she puts you in checkmate after that.
Oh, great.
So with that, you kind of all have this. Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
I'm just gonna take a hard look around the bar, see if there's anything I recognize, anything that looks familiar, particularly about these insectoid type people that are like any familiar outfits or weapons or language.
Sure.
There's Tohr-Kreen floating about, just to
Absolutely
get my bearings a little bit.
Yeah, you could do a perception check.
Sure.
And you
Fourth
could actually
one of the night.
you could do investigation too if you'd like to, as you have a bit more time to be poking around the bar. And with the way some of the things you just said, the way you phrase those things, like that makes sense that you might be able to interact with patrons.
Well, my perception check is 16.
Okay.
My investigation check would be much worse.
Okay, cool. Well, you can stick with perception to this. You're just soaking it in. So yeah, you see at least 3 different types of Kreen. You are kind of using the word Kreen here in the sense that they are all humanoid insectoids.
Sure. They're familiar, but not known. Yeah. You've
probably never interacted with them before. You see these grasshopper humanoids. You see something that is what Rachel would recognize as like a fly humanoid, as it has this just
Cute.
like big, lots of eyes and wings as well. You do catch a couple of more Kreen-esque humanoids as well. As it doesn't seem recognizable from where you are from and your cultures and ancestry, but they are more like ant-based, the way the Tohr and the Tohr-Kreen are. This like mantis ant combination. So there are definitely some Tohr-Kreen here at the bar that you would recognize. That is like a different dialect, but is recognizable as something adjacent to your language.
I don't think she starts anything. I think she's just taking it in.
Cool. Great. And you also definitely recognize weapons that are made out of
spit.
Yeah. Not all of them.
Spit weapons.
Game recognized game.
Yeah.
Nice. Good spit.
Good spit. Yeah.
You got particularly hard spit on this one.
I see you've got a loogie blade.
Hey,
I
nice.
too have a loogie blade.
You got
actually
spit crystal blade.
You would see some plant creatures with these spit blades as well that are like, so it doesn't seem to be one-to-one with like insects having them. It's more of just like a thing that exists in this world throughout.
Sure.
Multiple people.
It's more of a natural kind of.
It's a resource like anything else that lots of different.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody got anything else they want to do?
As the night is going on.
Yeah, it's coming down to a close here. It seems like it's getting late. It's dwindling down.
Is there a last call at bars in Wild Space, or is it all in all night?
It seems like there is a point where lots of folks start leaving, and there, at least here, is the establishment. It's kind of like being communicated throughout the bar that if you are staying here, you should go to bed, and if not, you should leave.
Can I buy a bottle of booze from this vine?
100%. Yes,
Great.
Absolutely.
I'll ask about like,
you want we keg of that?
Yes, absolutely.
God, I want to make you all like Swedish chef talk back and forth to each other for a while.
How much gold is that, or coin?
It is only 8 silver.
Okay.
Aaron, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm pretty drunk. I'm going to give the vine 2 gold pieces.
Oh, the plant kind of, they're like the vine creature just like blooms a little bit on its shoulder and like gestures to you and says in common, "Thank you."
Cute.
Does it have like a central mouth, or does it just come from like?
It has a central mouth that it seems, yeah.
All right, great.
So cool. All right, you all are kind of able.
Yeah, sorry. There was one more thing.
Go for it.
So we're up in our room.
Yes.
On the way up the stairs, I pick Moonboy up and give him a boost up the stairs. Just not super affectionately, just like middle arms hoist.
And I'll like see that. I'll be like,
He doesn't like to be picked up. He hates it. He hates to be picked up.
Well, who's gonna do anything about it? You?
I'm just telling you, he hates to be picked up.
is there? Sorry, I was going to ask. Are there windows in our rooms?
Yes.
Okay.
So you all kind of like go to bed. Goliathan is up and still like seemingly sober. You know, he's like had a couple drinks in his bin, but just kind of like catching up with Swan in the corner here. And you all, he kind of like sees the two of you, sees Moonboy being carried off, and gestures. All right, let's get to go. I'm gonna talk to Swan a little bit longer, but y'all go to bed. And he's kind of like just sitting there in the hallway talking to Swan. So you all are just kind of like, Janice is like, oh yes, I will sleep, and she like lays down, puts her barrel down, and like the silver strand is going to it, and she just like is like laying there with her eyes open.
Well, it's me and Kai in the room with her, so as far as we know, that's what sleep is.
Yeah.
Three creeps hanging out.
Yeah. That's how I would sleep. That's how I would sleep also.
Three creeps hanging out, each pretending to be asleep.
Pretending to know what sleep means.
I'm not. I don't want to obviously follow this tonight, but as soon as Moonboy and I are alone in our room, I'm going to suggest to him,
how's about you and I sneak out and get some night air,
huh? He makes a series of sounds that seem to be in the affirmative. He's bored. He believes
I'm your C-3PO that understands your drunken R2-D2 babble.
He believes this to be part of the Windrider sidekick test.
So
application process.
Is there anything specific you're trying to do when you sneak out, or just kind of like be mischievous?
Yes, just kind of be mischievous, like kind of like we're drunk. Our dad / field trip leader has told us we cannot leave the hotel. So we're in this like stuffy tavern. We've been in space for a very long time. We're finally down on a planet, and we're stuck in this TGI Fridays. And so it's like, even if it's to sit on the roof or whatever, we find out that window, who knows? But it's just to like be out in the night air.
Oh man, I love that.
Rules.
I love that so much, of just like the final, like the scene of like you all being on this little roof bit, and just kind of like, classic like sneaking out of high school, of like just like laying there looking up and being like, yeah, we did it, we're out here, and like laying on the roof. It's so good.
I think
We're so bad.
I think if the Moonboy could talk right now, he'd say, Do you think there's anyone out there, Moonrider, in space?
I like that we both get so drunk we both become Moonrider. We both refer to each other as Moonrider.
Oh,
Windboy and Moonrider.
It just blends together. I love that so much.
That's
cool.
Your relationship name.
You all pass out on the couch. You all pass out on the roof. You fall asleep out here. Yeah, the couch on the roof. And yeah, there's one out there because they think it makes sense for some reason. And and you all, oh no.
Aaron has been frozen for a while.
Struggling to laugh.
Well, I want to be sure and get you all through this rest into the next morning here before we start the next session. But you all kind of like wake up slowly this next morning. And Klik, let's have you roll with advantage because K.A.I is not here to see if anything goes wrong in the night or if you notice any issues.
Okay.
I'm back.
He's
good.
back.
Hey, we're rolling well now.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I rolled an 18, just a regular 18.
Great. It seems that Goliathan leaves with Swan. That you notice. He does not go to bed. He leaves with Swan at the end of the night. And if you want to do anything about that, you can, but you don't have to. You can just kind of like clock it. It's not, that's really it.
Okay.
Cool. So you all are able to take a long rest. You wake up in the morning and Goat comes in one by one to your rooms and goes, "Where's Goliath? He's not in his room."
I think Moonboy and I are out on the roof.
Yeah, I wake
Big
up.
Spoon, Little Spoon, and I've definitely pulled a lot of his robe like around me because of the cold of the night.
Yeah,
Can we do a wig constitution check?
Moonboy is the big spoon, I would say.
Yeah. And I've got your
and he's he's freezing.
You look like a little backpack that I've fallen asleep with.
And he wakes up and it stings. He wakes up. It's a tough wake up.
Oh, you're weird. Just so annihilated.
So hungover.
Yeah, and Goat comes out and just like shakes you both and like reaches out on the roof and pulls you back in. And she's very worried. And she goes like, "Where is Goliath? I cannot find him. I've tried the Rocky Talkies. Goat's tried to find him. Cobble's tried to find him."
So I know that he left with Swan, you said.
Yep.
Okay. So we're awake. I assume we hear her breaking into their room, and he left with Swan. He went out. He's a big boy. He went with his friend into the night. I assume they came back.
Okay. And she's like, I'll just go check. I'll just go check on the ship. That'll make me feel better. You're right. He'll come back.
What's the big deal? He picked up a cute moss man at the bar and went home with him.
I don't know. She's like, that honestly could be true. I have no idea. Anyway, she kind of like starts to say it and it's like, no. And she's like, I'm going to go check on the ship. And it is not long after that you hear Goat's voice over the Rocky talking. Say, it just comes over like blaring, like clipping. You very rarely hear Goat yell in a way that is just like not being loud across from one part of the ship to the other, and you just hear her yell, "The ship is gone! The dinner's gone!" And that's where we'll pick it up next week.
And episode 12.
No more spell jamming.
but it's on the logo for the stream.
Hope you didn't spend too much time on that art, Jordan.
You did not leave Janice on it.
Yeah. Good thing we
this
brought
is true.
Or a bad thing, because if it got stolen, Janice could have eaten them and rescued the
or
ship.
Or we could have released a carnivorous ooze into the galaxy to lead her own pirate crew of oozes.
I hope Flute wasn't on the ship.
Flute took it!
That son of a...
We'll kill him. We'll kill him.
That coward!
That definitely all happens in character.
Yeah. We'll find him. We'll kill him.
Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out tonight. I know we went a half an hour over, but I wanted it.
You love to see it.
I got excited.
Oh, it was funny.
Got to do it. Congratulations to Flute on living.
On being alive.
We come back next week. We have to hunt down the ship. We have a special guest, Lou Wilson. It's gonna be
right.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends. Lou Wilson, Dimension 20 is going to join us. I've he's so funny. If you've not watched any of his D&D, he's so funny and so good. So I'm very excited for our first guest on the show. We're gonna have we're gonna have more and lots to do. So we'll let you go. We'll let you get out of here. I do want to say before we take off, thank you everyone for just like watching. We officially crossed 24 hours of this game, which is just fun and cool. I just really appreciate everyone and all the love they've shown us. And yeah, thank you. We'll see you next week. Anybody want to plug anything before we take off?
Well, big thank you to our sponsor, Big Top.
Big Top
Studios for obviously throwing us some money, but making sure that we can pay artists and we can
and the artists that we
cool
worked with,
guys,
and Josh Smith for the cool art that we got. And Harlan and I have a Dungeon Master talk show every Thursday at 5:30 Mountain Time right here on this channel if you want to see that.
I run a Magic the Gathering podcast with another comedian, Dan Sheehan. It's called The Commander Sphere. It's a ton of fun, and we are back. We just released some merch, so there's a lot of cool stuff coming out of there. If you play Magic, follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm Razor Lou here on Twitch, and me and Aaron sometimes play video games before the stream, and you can come and hang out with us, and it's a lot of fun. So go follow me there.
I had a great time watching the game.
Scully, shout out.
We almost won.
We're heading over to Discord to chit chat about this madness.
Yeah.
Come hang out. We'll be on there. I'll post our socials real quick. But yeah, remember that. We appreciate you all being here. But the best way to support our show is to tell your friends about it. All right. We'll see you next week.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes.